Hello everyone, JoJo Boss here, and welcome to Population Zero Ultimate Stardust Guide. Today I have a few things for us to go over. When you're first starting in the game, when you first go into a game, you have no idea what you're doing. Especially with a new, game just like this. It came out 2 days ago. Everyone's a little fuzzy on what to do and where to go. So I got this suggested from me through a Facebook group. Awesome guys, awesome people, so shout out to them. If you guys want to join the group, I will leave a link in the description. Alright, so let's get right on to the tips. Alright, so first things first, what I'm going to want to do is get a flask. It's pretty easy to make, so a lot of people, the first issue I had is I had no idea that I had to get certain items to craft certain things. I don't know what was going on in my head, but so go to your crafting inventory. You can, once you learn the technology, so you actually have to go into technologies, grab this, and then when I already have it, I have a lot of technologies already unlocked, but there's going to be a little place down here where you can just grab that once you get the points. Or, sorry, technology points. Click on the flask and you can craft it that way. You're also going to want a pickaxe. It's such a necessity. You're going to need it for, breaking stones, breaking those diamonds. I can't remember actually what they're called. Let me go on over here. Thorium. So to get thorium, you're going to need a pickaxe. And I would show you where they are, but it's already in the game. It's literally all those little marks are where they are at the top of the screen there. So pickaxe as well as a sword. Both my swords are broken, but I use a bone sword typically. Pretty easy to make. Just need some bones, I think this Bractus resin. It's sticky. I can actually go right into the thing here. Right here. Yep. And then you need some rope and bones, obviously. As well as a pickaxe. Pickaxe isn't really all that hard to make either. A bone pickaxe is what I would suggest. That lasts a lot longer. Yeah, so it's pretty easy to make. Just you need some root sticks, some bones, some of the Bractus pieces, as well as some rope. Rope is also, I don't have any rope, but it's also very, very easy to make. I'll just go. Yep. So all you're going to need is some of the Sandra stalks, and that's literally the first plant you pick up in the game, so that shouldn't be an issue to get. And as well as a spear, you start off with a spear, so that's not going to really be an issue. Spears are good for obviously long range. It's pretty good power hits, but it's mainly just for long range, so you can stay away from your target, keep some distance, so you're able to dash back and forth and get out of there. The swords are really good for crowd control. You just swing that thing and it can hit multiple targets at a time. It's awesome. So that's pretty much all of the first tools you're really going to need at the start of the game. Like I said, this is just the base stuff you're going to need. Alright, so going on to the second category is armor and clothes. So you do have actually two different things which I think is really unique in this game. Usually in games you only see armor, but this has clothing and armor, which is really dope. So at the start of the game, you're going to need some desert clothing. Get the thorium, or if I'm pronouncing that wrong, just let me know in the comments, but that's how I'm going to pronounce it for now. In order to get that, you're going to need to go into some pretty hot biomes. So the clothing I'm actually wearing right now lets me go up to 40 degrees Celsius and be okay. So obviously the max I can go to, just as wearing nothing, is 20 degrees Celsius. But this lets me go up to 40. But as well, because where you're going to find the thorium, it's going to get to 55 degrees Celsius. So what you can do is go down and unlock the cooling mixture, which is also in technologies, so you can find it in there. And this will last for 15 minutes, and it increases how much Celsius you can withstand by 10. So, and it also cures your hunger. So it's a win-win. It's all around win. So yeah, so these are pretty easy to make. All you're going to need is some rope, some pearl berries, which pearl berries is, I will go over where you can find them in a minute. You're going to need some of this pressed thin leather. In order to make it, you're going to need to unlock the press, which of course you're going to need some materials for. So if you just go up to the press, which is right over here, it's going to first ask you. It lets me in because I've already unlocked it, but it's going to ask you for certain materials to get so you can build it, and then it lets you use it. So you can make some pressed leather. You can also make some thick leather, which is for armor. So get some pressed leather. I think rope. Might as well just go back into here. Yep, get some rope and then get your pearl berries, and you can do that. It's the same ingredients for all of them. It just requires a little bit more depending on what you want to get. Alright, so moving on to armor. You're going to want, at least at the start, you're going to want to get some leather armor. The way you get this, so how you get pressed thin leather is obviously yut pelt, so you have to kill some yuts and then get their pelt. But these actually come from the large wolf-looking things. I'm sorry, I can't remember what they're called. Please correct me. But the ones that are like yellow and blue, they have like a blue scale on top. You'll see them around. So that's how you can get those. Carver. I'm such an idiot. Yes, you're gonna need a carver pelt. And then through that you can unlock. You're gonna have to. These don't just come out. Through your technologies, you're gonna have to unlock all of them. So that's how. Desert suit is right there, and I think my armor is right here. Yep, leather armor. So once you get down, you'll be able to unlock these. So yeah, in order to get the leather armor, you're going to need some gyro-type shell. Gyrophyte, there we go. Some pressed thick leather, which also, like I said, you can use the press for, and then some Bractus pieces. You can Bractuses all over the desert. So that's pretty much going to do it for clothes. Like I said, just make sure you get yourself all desert clothing and some full armor. Get your tools, your sword, spear, pickaxe, and your third doesn't really matter. It's really up to you what you want your third to be. I just chose a stone hammer, just because it's fast and it deals a decent amount of damage. Not amazing, but it's better than the spear. Moving on, I'm going to do some attacking tips for you. So a lot of people, when they're first starting out of the game, you don't know that you do actually have different attacks, and there's different ways you can attack. So you're always going to want to use your dash while attacking. It's the alt button, if you didn't know that. That took me a second to figure out. But it does use, like you saw, once you start doing it a lot, it's going to use your stamina up really fast. You do have a few dashes in there, but you know, sometimes you're going to want to jump into dash and stuff like that. So your normal attack is going to be, you know, you just tap your mouse once. So bop, bop, that's your normal attack with the spear. But you can do a power attack as well, is just hold down your mouse, and that does a little bit more damage. So I'm going to try it out on this guy here. I'm going to do the dash and stab. Try not to do any power attacks, just try and stab him and stuff. So you're going to want him to leap first. And see, so then you have your power hits. So you can see how much damage you can do. And see, like I said, that dashing, it eats up a lot of your stamina. It eats up a lot of your stamina. So I'm going to treat it real quick. Just try and get my stamina back really quick. It's kind of a... So press your mouse forward, and then press that alt button to get it. So then there's a technique when you're actually going against the wolves. They're always going to pounce on you. So you can just kind of dash away. And you can see that there's a slight little second where they just kind of stop. So I'm going to let him pounce. See, and they just stop and they stand there. Plenty of opportunity to get a quick bash in and then get out of there. Or you can even do that. If you're using the spear, if you get close enough, you can just get stuck. That's him dead. So yeah, that's pretty much this technique is all it comes to you. Again, you guys are probably like laughing at me right now. I was just trying to do it slow. But the technique comes, you know, as you play. Definitely use that L button a lot. Get those dashes in. Try and lean forward and like attack, and then keep him in sight. So you always want to keep him in front of you, just like real fighting. If you guys want me to get into more detail, like with what kind of mobs you want me to, you know, deal with, how to deal with certain mobs, I will definitely do that. That just requires a whole another video in itself. So I will definitely do that for you guys if that's what you are looking for. But I'm going to move on and go to some key water locations. Water goes quickly. It goes really, really quickly. And there's definitely some key locations where you can find it. It's really easy to see on the map. So, if I go over to my map here, you can actually see these little blue locations is where you can find fresh water. Literally all of these are freshwater places. It's really easy to see. They have really unique glowing trees, so it's extremely easy to see. So finding them is not an issue at all, and you can literally see them on the map. So if you just come across one and you see that you're low on water, just go ahead and do a quick pit stop and get that. But it's not just good for water. It's also good for the good place for getting pearl berries. This pearl berries are very useful for getting rid of toxins. When that bird tries to get you, that toxic can always hurt you. Once you get sprayed over and over again, it starts to build up, and you just lose health really, really fast. If you don't know what the bird things I'm talking about, the bird camel guys, it's actually I made another video about it. So if you guys want to check that out, I will definitely leave it for the end of this video. You can just click on it like that. And yeah, so those are all the places you can find the water and stuff like that. And yeah, so if you guys are looking for a certain type of meat for a quest, let's go the Shahrim meat. It's really not hard to find, but finding it, like finding which creature gives it to you, is the hard part. So you know, raw meat comes from any animal except for yuts. But the Shahrim meat is actually these very large creatures, also in the creature video that I explored, that I made yesterday, so check that out as well. But you can find those guys right over here. I know they're right over here just because I've died so many times to them. So they are always... Oh, sorry. Yeah, they're found right there and right around there. So if you guys want to check that out, all around this coast is where you can find them. But yeah, that's going to conclude my video for today, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want more videos like this, giving tips about the game, just let me know in the comments. So yeah, again, thank you all so much for watching, and peace, guys.